Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Khadijah binti Abdul Mukim. I am the first presenter. So, we want to introduce about our new company, which is Cenderawasih Sedia Berhad. Our company, Cenderawasih Sedia Berhad, is the manufacturing company that produces ultimate heating and cooling bottle named Felicia. This company is so proprietorship owned by Ahmad Muhaimin bin Hasni, who contribute 345,000 as capital. There are 5 managers in the relatively new company. Our company goals are to increase efficiency, capture biggest market, and provide better customer service. For the management team, we have 5 members altogether, which are Ahmad Muhaimin as the Managing Director, Siti Hajar as the Marketing Manager, Nurul Aiman as the Administration Manager, Ifah Izzati as the Operation Manager, and Nur Khadijah as the Finance Manager. Our product is an ultimate heating and cooling bottle that comes with cool design, hot demand, served to satisfy human needs, as well as convenient and time saving. Our company also uses SWOT as the alternative for marketing analysis such as strength, weakness, opportunity, and threat. For example, the strength of our company is we have a good relationship with retailer. Material that we use to produce the product are cheap and retain high quality. The weakness of our product to our company is our high price, yet it is reasonable. And we need to incur additional cost to provide the complementary product such as bottle bag, keychain, and free gifts to the customer. Other than that, for the opportunity, our company has large customer segment and high marketability abroad. Finally, the threat that our company faces in hesitancy of our customer is purchasing our product due to the nature of the product being new.
My name is Ifah Izzati and I am the second presenter in my group. In Cenderawasih Sedia Berhad, I am the operation manager, and today I would like to present about our company marketing strategy. First, advertisement. We plan to use any reachable media such as television and radio. Plus, we also wanted to use social media platform to connect us with our customer. Next, we also will give discount to our customer, especially during festive season. Third, we also will provide warranty with a year-long warranty to build our customer trust on our product. Fourth, collaboration. We collaborate with retailers that will connect us to our target customers such as supermarket chains like Tesco and Aeon, sports stores like Al-Ihsan, and camping and traveler stores. Lastly, transactional relationship. The customer can easily buy our product from our websites and our retailers without having to visit us physically. Next, customer segment, which is our company target customer. First, university students. Next, workers. Our bottle can help university students and workers by ease them to prepare their cold and hot drink whenever they want, or prepare instant food and drink using the hot water, especially during their tight schedule. Next, campers and travelers. As we know that campers and travelers used to have difficulties to have sufficient good water supply and difficulties to have proper meal. Therefore, our bottle can help them by providing them a good quality of water, as they can heat up the water first before they drink. They also can prepare their cold and hot drink during their traveling, and they can also prepare instant food and drink using the hot water during their camping. Lastly, athlete. They can use the bottle for preparation of sufficient water. Next, our company operational plan. For production and manufacturing, our premise and location of production is at number 6, ground floor, Jalan SZ6, Taman Selayang Jaya in Batu Caves, Selangor. Next, we have suppliers. We need suppliers to supply our raw materials to make our bottles. So we have suppliers of thermoelectric power generator. Thermoelectric power generator is used to generate heating and cooling process in the bottle. Next, we have supplier of stainless steel. Stainless steel is used to make the bottle body. Supplier of battery, and the battery is used to give the power for a generator to work. Next, the process of production. The installation process will be done by 5 machines, and 1 unit of product requires 1 hour. The production process will be monitored by a manager. For inventory management, we decided to end our inventory 30% from the next quarter budgeted sales. And we also decide to have ending inventory for raw material 10% from the next quarter production. Location of storage. Our location of storage is still the same as the location of production, which is at number 6 ground floor Jalan SJ6, Taman Selayang Jaya in Batu Cave, Selangor. For distribution, our methods of deliveries is courier for domestic orders and shipping for overseas orders. Distributors and retailers. First, supermarket chain such as Jasco, Tesco and Aeon. Sports stores such as Alisat. Third, camping stores. Fourth, online. Our customer can buy our bottles online through our website and social media. Lastly, our customer can buy our bottles directly from our stores. Methods of marketing, which the method that we use to advertise our bottles. First, flyers. Second, online, which through our website and our social media. Third, offline, which we use television and radio. Lastly, we want some feedback from our customer to improvise our goods and services, so our customer can give their feedback through our email, websites and social media.
My name is Ahmad Muhammad Hasni. I'm the managing director of this company and I'll be the third presenter. I'll be talking about our summary of cost classification and also CVP analysis. So for our direct material, we spend total of 30 ringgit 40 cent, which consists of 8 ringgit 40 cent for power generator, 9 ringgit for battery, and 13 ringgit for our stainless steel. And then for direct labor, we spend 10 ringgit per hour. For variable manufacturing overhead, we spend 4 ringgit per hour on utilities, which is 70% of our total utilities, and then we spend 1 ringgit per hour for packaging expenses, and in total we spend 5 ringgit for our variable manufacturing overhead. And then we move on to our fixed manufacturing overhead. First is we spend 5,000 ringgit on wages for managers. Second is we spend 3,000 ringgit for office rent, which consists 60% of our total office rent. And then we incurred 5,250 ringgit per month on depreciation of machine. So in total, we incurred 13,250 ringgit per month on fixed manufacturing overhead. And lastly, for fixed selling and administrative expense. First is we spend 1,000 ringgit on marketing expenses, and then 2,000 ringgit on office rent, which consists of 40% of total office rent. Third is we pay 2,500 ringgit per worker for 3 workers, which means in total 7,500 ringgit for office workers. And then we incurred 600 ringgit on utilities, which is 30% of our total utilities. So in total, we incurred 11,100 ringgit for fixed selling and administrative expenses. To calculate our unit product cost, we use 2 approaches. First is total cost approach. This is for us to calculate our selling price using total cost plus pricing approach. Second is absorption costing approach. This is to calculate our profit and loss later in the income statement. So for total cost approach, our unit product cost is 65 ringgit 21 cent, and for absorption costing approach, our unit product cost is 55 ringgit 83 cent. In determining our selling price, we use total cost plus pricing approach. We mark up our product for 60%. With the cost of 65 ringgit and 21 cent, we get our selling price at 104 ringgit. So we'll move on to CVP analysis. We'll show you the break-even in unit and also in sales. So our total fixed cost is 73,050 ringgit divided by our contribution margin, which is 58 ringgit 60 cent. So we will get our break-even in unit at 1,247 unit to get break-even, which is 0 profit. And to get break-even in sales, we multiply break-even in units with the selling price. So 104 multiplied with 1,247, we get 129,688 ringgit. And lastly, our target profit. We aim to get a profit of 125,000 ringgit per quarter. So we add with our total fixed cost per quarter, which is 73,050 ringgit. And then we divide it with our contribution margin per unit, which is 58 ringgit 60 cent. And then we get 3,380 units to be sold in 1 quarter. That's all from me. We'll pass to the next presenter.
My name is Siti Hajar binti Ajian, metric number 1814244. I'm the fourth presenter. For sales budget, the formula is budgeted sales times selling price, which is selling price is 104 ringgit. We get the total is 1,476,800 ringgit. Then for expected cash collection, the requirement is 70% are collected during the quarter, while remaining 30% are collected during the next quarter. In total, we get 1,364,480 ringgit. Next, production budget. The requirement is ending inventory minus 30% from the next quarter budgeted sales unit. We use formula budgeted unit sales add with the ending inventory to get total needs, then minus beginning inventory and we get 15,250 unit in total. For direct material budget, the requirement is ending inventory of raw materials is 10% from next quarter's production. The formula is production unit times with the materials required per unit to get production needs. Then add with the ending inventory and minus with the beginning inventory, and finally we get the total materials to be purchased, which is 15,555 units in total. Then we times with the material cost. For power generator, we times with the 8 ringgit 40 cent and get 130,662 ringgit in total. For battery, we times with the 9 ringgit, we get 139,995 in total. While for stainless steel, we times with the 13 ringgit, then we get 202,215 ringgit. Then we add all the direct material costs and finally we get 472,872 ringgit in total. Next, expected cash disbursement for direct material. The requirement is half of materials purchased is paid during the quarter, the other half on the following quarter. So, the total is 419,398 ringgit and 40 cent. For direct labor, to get direct labor cost, production unit times with the direct labor hour per unit, which is 1, we get labor hour required, then times with the hourly wage rate, which is 10 ringgit, and we get 152,500 in total. Then, manufacturing overhead budget. To get cash disbursements, budgeted direct labor hour times with the variable MOH rate to get variable MOH cost. Then add with the fixed MOH cost minus with the depreciation. So the total we get 172,250 in total. Then manufacturing overhead per unit. The total manufacturing overhead for quarter divide with the total labor hours required. Then we get 15 ringgit 43 cent.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul Aiman. I am the Administration Manager for Cenderawasih Sendirian Berhad, and I will be presenting the selling and administrative budget up until the budgeted statement of financial position for our company. Now, for the selling and administrative budget, we will start with the budgeted sales unit for every quarter, and then we will multiply it with the variable selling and administrative rate. However, as you can see, we did not have any variable selling and administrative expenses. This is because we have no need for them. For example, sales commission. We don't have a sales commission as we don't have a physical store where a salesperson is needed. Hence, we only have fixed expenses for advertising, packaging, and shipping costs. And the fixed selling and administrative expenses for every quarter is 33,300 ringgit, totaling up to 133,200 ringgit. Next, we will calculate the selling and administrative cost per unit. For that, we will need to compute the total selling and administrative expense divided with the total budgeted sales unit. So, we will take 133,200 ringgit divided with 14,200 units, and we will get the selling and administrative cost per unit to totals up to 9 ringgit and 38 cents. Next, for the ending finished goods inventory, we will need the production cost per unit which has been computed earlier. Hence, the unit product cost will total up to RM55.83. For the budgeted finished goods inventory, we will need the ending inventory unit which is 1050 units multiplied with the unit product cost which has been computed earlier. Hence, the ending finished goods inventory will total up to RM58,617.54. Next, for the cash budget, we will begin with the first quarter, where we have the beginning cash balance of RM30,000. Then we will add it with the cash collection of the quarter, which is RM254,800, where we will get the total cash available for the quarter is RM284,800. Next, we will need to subtract it with the total disbursement for the quarter, which is RM202,009.20. We will get the excess for the quarter is RM82,790.18. This will be our ending cash balance for the first quarter, where it will be brought forward to the next quarter as the beginning cash balance. Then the computation for the cash budget of the second quarter up until the fourth quarter is similar to that of the first quarter. Next, to compute the total cash budget, we will use the beginning cash balance of the first quarter, and the rest of the computation we will get that the total ending cash balance is similar to that of the fourth quarter, where we will get the RM517,181.60. For Cendrawasih budgeted statement of comprehensive income for the year ended 31st December 2020, we will need to begin with the sales revenue. After multiplying the units sold with the selling price, we will get the sales revenue to total up to RM1,476,800. Next, we will need to subtract it with the cost of goods sold, which totals up to RM792,732.46, where we will get the gross profit is RM684,067.54. Then we will need to subtract with the period cost. In this case, it is the selling and administrative expenses totals up to RM132,200. And we will get the net operating income of RM550,867.54. For Cendrawasih budgeted statement of financial position as at 31st December 2020, we will begin with the non-current assets. We have a total of 5 machines which we use to run our productions. The total cost of the machines are RM315,000. In order to compute the net book value, we will need to subtract the depreciation from the total cost. Now, the depreciation totals up to RM630,000. Hence, the net book value is RM252,000. Next is the current assets. We have cash, ending raw materials, account receivable, and finished goods inventory. For the account receivable, it is the amount of the sales yet uncollected from the fourth quarter. To total up the total assets, we will need to calculate the non-current assets with the current assets, and we will get the amount of RM949,341.14. For liabilities and shareholders' equity, we have capital, accounts payable, and retained earnings. For the accounts payable, it is the amount of purchase for the direct materials, and the retained earnings, it is the total of beginning balance and the net operating income. Hence, the total liabilities and shareholders' equity totals up to RM949,341.14, which is balanced with the amount of total assets.
That's all from us.
Thank you, madam.